Yeah, hey, Jesse here from Jesse Lee Woodworking, and today we're gonna do some new door trim. This door over here has got a pretty good amount of rot on both corners, which is pretty typical on an older house. So that and that window right there is me making my way around my house. But these are two of the worst spots. So today I'm gonna tackle those, and first I'm gonna start by ripping off this trim, seeing how bad the damage is, and then I'm going to put up some new PVC trim and a really nice door trim around it. So let's get at it. So I got most of the trim pulled off, and the only thing I did so far was basically I marked out the width of my new trim, and then I scribed the line down, and then I used my circular saw and cut off the siding. So all I'm going to do right now is just peel off the siding, and then I'll show you what I do. This is underneath where my step was, and I actually just fit this piece of wood right here with a piece of pressure treated wood, because these are just my boarding boards that actually go right down into my basement. I can actually see the edge of my rim joist here, for which I sealed, and I did find a considerable amount of ant damage, and it's really just because this thing got soaking wet. This flashing that's here, it's just really poorly constructed. This board right here is popping off. It's just a mess. It's really a mess. But I think the best I can do is I can cover this piece up now that I have it exposed, and put a new solid piece of wood down here that at least will cover up the hole that I just had opened up. And then from there, I'll secure this down, and then I'll start building it back up. So I'm going to leave the flashing that I have here. I'm going to peel this flashing back down just like this, and then I'm going to build a new threshold. Okay, so I just got a strip that I cut out of some pressure treated wood, and I'm going to use that as my angle for my threshold. So I'm going to put this right up nice and tight against here. So that'll give me a nice clean way to lay my new threshold on there. Like that. And take this flashing. I'd rather keep it if I can. All right, so here's my new threshold. I was gonna do walnut, but turns out the piece I had wasn't long enough. So instead, I used a piece of red oak that I have from my own property, which is pretty cool. So all I did, a little countersink bit, And now I have the threshold pretty much all ready to go. All I'm gonna do is, before I secure this into place, put down a nice bead of caulk, some nice adhesive onto the threshold, a nice big old bead, which will basically keep everything facing out, along with the flashing, which is the point. I'll lag these screws in. So now, a nice threshold. Now, I'm gonna fit those pieces up that I cut out. I did most of these on a 45, that way, a little scarf like that. Then that way it keeps everything coming down, and then you can tuck everything up underneath. So I have a couple of pieces that I kind of cut out as some possible options. And then I also have to follow this 10-degree split, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but I'm getting there. All right, so let's screw this puppy up. Here is my frame. I'm gonna do it upside down and backwards. But you can see, put little rabbets in the top corners. So that, when I put this down, I'm gonna line it up. Where I measured for the case. Inch rabbet, some glue, I did 3 pocket holes, and that's enough, more than enough to keep this thing from moving. I don't need pocket holes on these because this will be the part that's covered by my drip cap. So I'm gonna be finishing up today this step, and of course, like all the other times, I was running up against the clock again. So now that I have the step in place, I plugged up the holes just a minute ago with some dowels that I made, so all the wood will be very similar once I sand it down. So that's the goal. Then right now I'm just mixing up a small amount of this Bondo wood filler, and right before I started I had just treated it with some of the rotted wood restore, which I just used on one of my window casings, and it actually worked really well. It really sanded out nice, and so I'm going to use that to join the pieces of wood together, just to fill up that little gap that I have where I set the wood in. And this stuff sets really fast, like 3 or 4 minutes. So you want to work with just a really small amount. So, and you really don't need very much hardener at all, like a dot. So once you get it mixed up, then you just lay it in. So we'll start with that first layer. All right, y'all. So I have this threshold now all sanded down 220. Put some new plugs where I put all the screws. So I think I made this look pretty freaking professional. But I'm gonna blow your mind right now, and I'm gonna do something that I haven't done, and I put a lot of work into this, so it better work. I'm gonna use this stain that I made, that I've been testing out, and I think it's gonna look really sweet. So this will turn the wood black, and it should happen right on camera. Check this out. And I'm going to do this because, well, I think black will look pretty awesome on this. And the reaction on red oak is pretty freaking awesome. In fact, it almost looks purple. But because I'm going to be coating this with oil, it actually converts it and makes it look purely black. The best thing about this stain is you can't screw it up. And I tested it out because I'm also considering doing it on a new table that I'm making. So I figured if I'm gonna do it on a client project, why can't I do it on mine? So here goes nothing. This isn't anything new. It's actually a process called Ebonizing, and you can do it with any wood. But you can see how well it coats. It's really even, and it goes on really easily. It doesn't take much.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I've asked my daughter Daisy if she could help finish this threshold here. And what I wanted to show you was that you can use Pure Tung Oil very simply with a rag, and even my daughter can do it. So all we're gonna do is take this little bottle here, we're gonna pour some on a rag, and Daisy's gonna put it on.
And also, if yours is like ours, then if you want to fix it, you can just watch just
That's right. Here, ready? Go ahead. Rub it on. Yeah. Now here. hold down the rag, flat, like this, and rub it back and forth. There you go. There you go. Here, I'll put a little bit more. Right. Scoop it up. Come on. Rub it in. Ready? Get it all. Cover it all. Stand over here. Stand over here.
Where?
Over here. This side. Yeah. So everybody can see. Watch. What do we do? Rub it on. Wax on, wax off, they say, right?
Yeah. Wax on.
Oh, okay.
That's on. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off.
There you go. Here, will you help?
Wax on, wax off, wax.
Here. Ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Rub it on.
Okay.
Yep. Get it on there.
That's so shiny.
Yeah, that's right. So we rub it all in. It's okay. Just a
And
little.
if you like to do this, you can do it too.
That's right.
You can do it.
Sure. You can put it anywhere.
You can put it anywhere. This, what is that called? Oil?
Yeah, tongue oil.
You can put tongue oil everywhere.
That's right.
So,
That's our new favorite.
it's unfish. And we use it like probably everywhere around the house.
We have it on our table.
We have it on a table and we have it pretty much everywhere.
That's
And
right. It's Daddy's favorite.
wait, can I just turn it over here for a second?
But tell him, look at how shiny it makes it.
Yeah, and it makes it so shiny. Do you want to see?
All right, here you go. Ready? You buff it off.
Got it.
You know what buffing means?
No.
All right. Circles, like this.
Okay.
Rub it around. Let's see. How does it look?
Good. And can I? And I'm gonna show you over there what me and Daddy did over there.
What did we do?
We had to look at ants over there, and there wasn't a lot. And then Daddy was and me were putting the new boards on, and we will show you.
Did we put up new siding?
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd it go?
Good.
How's it look?
Really good.
Yeah.